So now, for the next session, somebody who's going to guide us when it comes to money, insurance, our investment. We have with us Mr. Rahul Talwar, EVP and CMO, Max Life. Give it up for Mr. Talwar. A louder cheer, please. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Talwar. A very warm welcome to NDTV Yuva. Please have your seat. हाँ, आप में से कितने लोग एफडी के अलावा कोई और इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑप्शन है उसमें इन्वेस्ट करते हैं? हाथ खड़े कर दीजिए. एफडी के अलावा इंश्योरेंस? Anybody in insurance? My next question. This is something that we have to change, Mr. Talwar. My first question is, of course, we have a lot of Gen Z and millennials here. How do we change this perspective that they invest a lot when it comes to insurance? You know, in my father's generation, life insurance was a very safe bet, but I know this is a different generation. FD के अलावा अगर किसी एक investment option की बात की तो एक हाथ उठा और insurance में हमने देखा. So how can we change it?
Well, thank you for having me here. I think as I was coming on stage, I heard you do the war cry, right? YUVA, Yuva. And if you look at our anchor over here, between Yuva and our anchor, I think the task for life insurance and for insurance is to make it cool. I think before doing anything else, we have to just make that conversation really cool. Well, interestingly, what we have seen, and again, no surprises when I saw the hands going up, that there is an interesting trend that we've seen about traditional financial investment products and the ones that are coming up, which are more new age. I think we've seen some degree of inclination that Gen Z in particular have towards, say, the modern instruments which are available. But let me tell you, I think one thing that the pandemic has taught us, and I'm just referencing back to the pandemic, is this one big word which stood in front of us: uncertainty. Well, whether Gen Zs or whether any other part of the generation, uncertainty was something which was constant on both sides. And let me assure you, if there is one financial instrument product that helps you, or rather enables you and your family or your loved ones during times of uncertainty, is a product called life insurance. So I would definitely, as a manufacturer or as somebody representing life insurance, take the task of making it cool for this audience. But equally, I would want this audience to just take note of the fact that when in uncertain times you require something, it's a product called life insurance that definitely helps.
And what's the range we're looking at? You saw the currency note I have with me. You know, it's a small amount, but what's the range we are looking at when it comes to investing in insurance? Is there a range that you want to give them so that it encourages them to put their money at the right place?
Well, again, because the audience is Gen Z and we're talking around Yuva and Gen Z, I think one statement that you should all take, that life insurance is best bought yesterday. So I think that's the first thing to remember. As early as you pick it up, the easier it is. On the point that I heard about, is it going to be relatively cheaper, relatively less expensive? The answer is yes. So A, life insurance best bought yesterday. Second, I think interestingly what's happened is that within the gamut of life insurance, you've again seen various kind of products, but the product that I would definitely offer this audience to have a look at is a product called term insurance. It's the purest form of insurance. And when you pick up term insurance as early as possible, it does not look like an expense. It definitely doesn't look like an expense because fundamentally it's there for you. You carry it all along. And more importantly, life insurance is one such asset that the day you start your journey, you straight away have something called as a sum assured or cover, as you would know. You may have heard of or seen a lot of advertising which talks about pay X rupees and get X rupees lakhs or X crore rupees of cover. I think that's the beauty of that product. So, dear Gen Zs, dear Yuvas, please remember, life insurance best bought yesterday. Evaluate term insurance. It's going to help you during the rainy days.
Let's also quickly talk about our parents. You know, a lot of young people here would also worry about parents. If we have aging parents, we of course want to pace our investments up. We need to plan it well. Any tips for that?
See, again, for Gen Zs as an audience, what we have seen fundamentally is that when you talk about time horizon, that what do you want your investments to look for in terms of time horizons, there's always this perception that Gen Zs may prefer only short term. Not true. I think we at Max Life Insurance run many thought leader platforms, some in partnership with platforms like yourselves and other partners, where we have picked up that Gen Zs have a very unique understanding of what to spend and what to save. And And data points guide us
Are
to
you
tell.
sure? Aren't they traveling a lot?
They travel, but they equally have a great sense of what to take care of even when they're traveling.
So they're traveling smart.
Absolutely. I think the word smart is really a tag that comes along for this audience. And we at Max Life have just double-clicked it in a very interesting way. Since, again, this is an audience that believes in hashtags. We say if Gen Zs are hashtag smart, we fundamentally believe that Gen Zs are also hashtag mindful living. They really understand where to spend money. They look for experiences. More importantly, they look for conversations. So if life insurance is made cool via conversational techniques and conversational messages, I think we have this audience attention in our grabs.
Yeah, of course. I was just going to talk about sustainability and ethical investments. You know, this is keyword. And again, as you were harping on hashtag, this is something that this generation is really careful about. They want to do thoughtful clothing. They want to do meaningful spaces. So how can they weave that in when it comes to investing?
I think if you look at this entire piece of a conversation around ESG, the environmental, social, and governance conversation, you look at sustainability as a larger umbrella. Again, this audience has all the attention because of all the information that's floating around this specific audience. And there's an ecosystem of brands and industries and categories that's talking to them around it. I think what I can again leave you with that within the larger financial investment space, you have life insurance that gives you that entire piece of or peace of mind around the concept of sustainability. We as a category in terms of contents that we put out, as again one of the manufacturers, Max Life Insurance, has many financial conversations around the ESG conversation, which should necessarily also be able to grab attention. Because we've realized that whether it's Gen Zs, and because of Gen Zs, whether it's also the older generations, sustainability is center stage to many conversation points that we are driving.
Right. अगर आप में से किसी का एक सवाल है तो वो सोच के रखिएगा. मेरा आखिरी सवाल मैं इनके सामने रख रहा हूँ. एक स्टडी जो आप ही की है, which is India Protection Quotient 6.0, that talks about how 66% Gen Z adopted a healthier lifestyle and health tracking. 67% of Gen Z believe in practicing meditation. Why do you think there's an increase in investing in healthcare?
I think goes back to, again, hashtag smart, hashtag mindful living. I think for mindful living, they fundamentally realized that self-care, not only the physicality part of it, but even all the other aspects. It's mental wellness, physical wellness. It's also the same extension that we as life insurance or at Max Life would like to have this audience extend to, which is financial wellness. And what we've also seen that conversations around physical wellness, mental wellness just keeps the conversation far more active in a conversation space and allows us to talk about financial literacy, financial independence, financial protection. And I think that's one of the big learnings that we have seen through our platform called India Protection Quotient.
But do you think their relationship with money is healthy?
As healthy as they want it to be. And again, as long as they look at their relationship, keeping the same radar that they use, which is mindful living, I think the journey is for them to crack.
Anybody with any question, any doubt, savings को लेकर, insurance को लेकर, ये 500 रुपए को लेकर, anything, please tell me. इधर माइक दे दीजिए. अपना नाम बताइएगा और सवाल.
मेरा नाम दिव्यांश है और मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे हम लोग SIP करते हैं तो उसका क्या फ़ायदा हो सकता है कि अभी स्टूडेंट लाइफ है हमारी, तो अभी से हम SIP कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते, या तो आगे चल के कर सकते हैं. Thank you so much, sir.
SIP, thank you for the question. SIP माने कि systematic investment plans. I think अगर आप देखेंगे तो एक बहुत आसान ज़रिया है अपने savings conversation को आगे बढ़ाने का. अपने milestones को धीरे धीरे अगर हम आगे की बात करते हैं कि आज हम student हैं, आगे चल के हमें अपने career की बात करनी है, अपने expanded life की बात करनी है, family की बात करनी है. SIP एक जर्नी है जो लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कैटेगरी के अंदर बहुत सारे सेविंग्स प्लान्स हैं जिसके अंदर से आपको मिलती है और साथ ही साथ आपको उसका एक लाइफ कवर भी मिलता है. बट मेरी आपसे, आप जैसे जनरेशन से ये रिक्वेस्ट रहेगी कि SIPs की तरफ अट्रैक्ट हुई, बट जब आपको मौका मिले तो सही तरीके से लाइफ इंश्योरेंस को इवैल्यूएट करिए, टर्म इंश्योरेंस को देखिए, बिकॉज प्योर प्रोटेक्शन, प्योर टर्म इंश्योरेंस और SIP एक हेल्दी पोर्टफोलियो या एक माइंडफुल पोर्टफोलियो का एक बहुत अच्छा सिंबल है.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. इसी के साथ ही सेशन को हम यहाँ पर खत्म करते हैं. थैंक्स अ लॉट
Thank
मिस्टर
you.
तलवार.